Joe Mohrfeld here with Pinthouse Brewing in Austin, Texas, and I'm here with Craft Beer and Brewing's Tip of the Week. When it comes to hops, there's really three hop products that most brewers are going to use. You're either going to use T90 pellets, which is the most common. Probably 90 to 95% of all brewers use this. Cryo, which is a newer product developed by Yakima Chief, which is a concentration of the lupulin powder in the hop. This became pretty popular a few years ago and really acts as like a salt addition on a dry hop. And so we were an early adopter of the Cryo, and we'll talk about that a little bit. And then the traditional whole leaf. Whole leaf is a great addition, and I definitely don't think should get overlooked. We use a lot of whole leaf, but it's most brewing equipment is not designed to handle whole leaf hops anymore. And so you see it less and less. But when you do fresh hop or wet hop beers, you often are using whole leaf. So you need to figure out ways to use those hops. Since we have such a passion for fresh and wet hops, I'm going to talk about that just a little bit because it's one of the most fun times of the year for us. We live in Austin, Texas. We can't just drive over to the Yakima Valley or the Willamette Valley and get some hops. So we have them shipped down, typically overnighted direct from the farm. And we figured out over the years some of the most efficient ways to use those hops to get the most hop expression. And what we actually like to do is get those hops in and we freeze them. And what we do after we freeze them is we get them completely frozen. We run them through a grinder and we grind them up into basically a powder. And we add that powder to a dry hop and we treat it like a torpedo. And what we found with that is we're able to get the most hop character out of those wet hops. So when you get wet hops, typically they come as a whole cone. Well, you really need to expose that lupulin. And what we found the best way is to freeze them, because if you don't freeze them before you grind them, you just have this gummy, resinous mess. We learned that lesson, so don't do that at home. To really understand hops, you have to understand where they come from. You have to understand the terroir. For so long, I think hops just got viewed as a commodity. It was something that we got that was named Cascade or Centennial. But what a lot of people need to realize is hops have a terroir just like a wine grape. A Cascade that's grown in the Yakima Valley is going to be different from a Cascade grown in the Oregon Valley, the Willamette Valley. But on top of that, a few miles apart can be a completely different microclimate for that hop. And on top of that, the farmer and the way that they choose to process, the temperature they choose to dry at, and how they, in their pick window on their hops, all influence how that hop is going to smell and ultimately taste in your beer. And so, getting to know the farmer from our perspective is so important because we're able to select hops that are appropriate for our beer. What I tell a lot of brewers is there isn't a best Citra out there. There's the best Citra for your beer, and you need to understand what that is when you go to select it. We select Citra that fits well with our profile. That isn't necessarily the best Citra that's out there. There might be ones that people love way more. There might be people that rub our Citra and absolutely hate them. That's fine. What makes sense for us is the Citra that we use in our beers. And what I see a lot of times, when brewers go out to selection for the first time, is they get excited, they're at the table, and they finally get to select their own hops. And everything smells amazing, and they lose focus on the hops that they're trying to select for their beers. And they get back, they get their hops in, and their beers aren't better. They're often, in many cases, worse. And it's something that we need to understand as brewers. We're always looking for them in relation to our beer. And for more on brewing IPAs that transcend style, click the link below.